And we're back, really excited to have with us Shin-pei Tsay, who is the Director of Policy for Cities and Sustainability at Uber. Now, I've been known to take an Uber now and again, and when I do, I often choose Uber Green, which gives you a hybrid or a fully electric vehicle. And so I wanted to actually start by asking you, how is Uber working to transform the transportation alternatives for us in this realm?
Well, thanks so much for having me. We're really excited about the role we can play in urban mobility. For cities, public transit is the backbone, but to help people get to public transit or keep people on transit, you need all the other choices available to make it easy for you to leave your car at home. And I think Uber plays a really strong role in doing that in all the different ways that we think about, whether it's late at night or schlepping something heavy or all the other ways. So yeah, I think we're doing that plus the electrification piece. So it's not just the service and getting people and things to different places, but also the electrification side of it.
Amazing.
So just unpack for me, this is one of these questions I generally don't know. You're this platform, but you're working with drivers, you're working with retail, you're working with this ecosystem. How do you engage the drivers? How do you bring them on board with your efforts to electrify?
Well, hopefully we're reaching drivers. We actually seriously reach out and get their input. We did a driver survey before we even launched our sustainability commitment to better understand the barriers drivers have in EV adoption. I think we reached about 3,000 drivers. They told us, about their concerns. I think there's nothing surprising there, right? Vehicle acquisition cost is really high. They're worried about charging, reliability, and access. But I think one of the things that we can do is we really understand what the driver experience is like. And so we can design things in the app to make it easier for them. We have an EV hub in the app for them to look at different kinds of EVs that we have partnerships with, to look at different charging packages so they can do comparison for the different packages. We put charge points on the map so they can look to see where they can go charge. We're even offering incentives. So if you drive an EV, you get $1 more for every trip that you make in an EV. So everything adds up and is really meaningful. If you take the entire package, it starts to make a lot more sense for drivers.
Love that.
How has the reaction been so far?
Really positive. I know sometimes you do these things and you're not exactly sure what adoption is going to be. Driver adoption has been fairly strong. Not to be too self-congratulatory, but we are starting to see, in especially places where there's a lot of supportive policies, that like California, London, and the UK, that in California, 1 in 10 rides will be in an EV, which is significant. In London, it's 1 in 5 rides will be in an EV. We're beating public adoption of EVs. The drivers on the platform are beating public adoption of EVs. So that's all great. On the rider side, we hear from riders all the time, like you, that say that they now just choose Uber Green all the time. It's such a great customer experience. For many people, it's the first time they'll be in the EV, so it makes them think about that as well. And we've been just trying to get out more and more, trying to do the education. We have driver test and drives where drivers can come and learn from other drivers and just talk through some of their anxieties or challenges. And that has also had great uptake for people looking to adopt EVs.
That's great to hear. And the wait times are actually on par with a conventional vehicle. So there's really no reason not to do it.
No, everyone should do it.
Yeah. In the minute we have left, I'm curious, if you could wave a magic wand from your seat at Uber, what would you want the future of sustainable mobility to look like?
Well, I think there's a lot of conversation happening in the electrification space, which does have a significant emissions impact. But sustainability isn't only about emissions. It is also about the viability of our communities and our cities. Cities take up the majority of GDP happens in cities. The majority of the population lives in cities. And so I think we have to really position the electrification efforts alongside other sustainable mobility systems like transit and walking and biking, and think of all of these things working together. There's really great research that shows that people who take transit and walk and bike are also much more frequent ride-hail users. So there's a very complementary dynamic there, and we're really excited about that future.
Amazing. It's been so great to talk to you. Shin-pei Tsay from Uber. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.